Lesson 55. In this lesson, I want to talk to you about a special characteristic or quality that verbs have, and it's called person. So you need to learn the terms first person, second person, and third person. So what does it mean if a verb is in the first person or second person or third person? What does that mean? And so simply put, as you can see here at the beginning of Lesson 55, verbs that are in the first person are verbs that refer to the person doing the talking. So that involves I or we. So if I say, I went to the store, I went to the coffee shop, I went to the bank, I'm talking about events that I myself, as the speaker, have done. So I'm speaking in the first person using first person verbs. I is singular, we is plural. If I say, we went to the store, we went to the bank, it's still first person. I'm still speaking in the first person, but it's plural. I'm using the word we. So as I speak in the first person, I'm using first person pronouns and first person verbs. Moving on to second person verbs are verbs that refer to you. If I say you went to the store, you went to the coffee shop, you went to the bank, now I'm talking about events and actions that are done by the person I'm talking to. So second person verbs and second person pronouns, they refer to the person who is being talked to. In the plural, if I say y'all, I could be talking to more than one person. If I'm talking to 3 or 4 people, I could say y'all went to the store, y'all went to the coffee shop, y'all went to the bank. So second person refers to the person or people being spoken to. Moving on to the third person, when you're speaking in the third person, it's not the speaker that you're talking about, it's not the person you're talking to that you're talking about, but it's some other group. And so we use pronouns like he, she, it, or they. And so a way to think about this is that it's the person or people that you're talking about. So if I say he went to the bank, she went to the coffee shop, Fred went to the bank, Susie went to the store, all those statements are third person. I'm using third person pronouns and third person verbs. Remember that he, she, and it are singular, but they is plural. If I say they went to the bank, that's third person plural. Although in today's modern English, sometimes folks are using the word they in a singular way. So moving along, we have a nice chart here in the book. You can see it's set up as kind of a graph or a chart here. So first person, and then the singular column, that gives you I. So I is first person singular. We is first person, but it's first person plural. Now, when we talk about the second person, at times being English speakers here can put us at a little bit of a disadvantage. In many other languages, they have a separate pronoun for second person singular and second person plural. In English, we have the word you, which could be either. Technically, if you say you went to the store, you could be talking to one person or more than one person, because the word you, as I said a moment ago, technically can be singular or plural. In the English language, we have several different ways to get around this, because it can create ambiguity. So we look for ways to create a made-up second-person plural. I grew up in the South, so when I was growing up, we would say y'all. We would say, hey, are y'all going to the store? And so by saying y'all, we knew that we were referring to more than one person. Up north, you might say, yous guys. Hey, are yous guys going to the store? And I've been told that in the Pittsburgh area, they have the word yins, Y-I-N-Z, yins, which is a second person plural pronoun. We have ways to get around this. And so the way I do it in all my books is I use the word y'all for second person plural. So in this book, whenever you see you, it's going to be second person singular. And for second person plural, we'll use the word y'all. And that way, in our English translations, we can be clear about if it's singular or plural. And that'll make it more clear in the answer key also. For example, if you see a German verb or pronoun that is second person plural, we'll translate that as y'all in the answer key so you can be sure of what it's doing. And that can remove some of the ambiguity. So why don't you turn the recording off, do the exercises, and then come back and we'll go over them together. Okay, hopefully by now you've completed the exercises. Let's go over them together. Your task was threefold. First of all, you needed to determine what the subject of the sentence is. Then you had to figure out what person it is, and then if it's singular or plural. So let's jump into number one. I am tired. The subject of the sentence is the word I. It's a pronoun that is first person singular. If it were we could say it's first person plural, but it's not, it's singular. Pretty simple. Moving on to number two, you are really good at chess. We have the word you as the subject, and that's second person. Technically in English, this could be singular or plural. You could be talking to one person or more than one person, although as I said a moment ago, in this book we'll do y'all when we want to express the second person plural. So number two, you is second person singular and technically could be second person plural. Number three, she passed the test. The subject is the word she. That's a third person singular pronoun. Number four, we are going to school. The subject is the word we. That is a first person pronoun, but it's plural. It's just like I, but plural. So it's we. When you say we, there's a speaker speaking for himself or herself, but also on behalf of some other people. It's one person speaking for more than one person. So it's we, which is first person, but plural. Number five, here's the word y'all. Y'all have an expensive car. That's a way to say second person plural, so we don't confuse it with second person singular. In number six, the subject is the word they. This is third person plural, and because it's plural, you need a plural verb, which is the word eat. If it were singular, he, she, or it, you would say eats. He eats, she eats, it eats. In number seven, he is the subject, and the verb is. So he is. We're speaking in the third person, and that's third person singular. He is the subject. Number eight, it is a history book. The subject is the word it. The verb is. And again, that's third person singular. In number nine, we have y'all again. Y'all is second person plural. That's the subject. In number 10, we have the word flowers as the subject. That's going to be third person plural. There's no pronoun here, of course, but we're still speaking in the third person. So flowers is the subject, and it's third person plural.